Hi everybody, Mrs. Wild here, and we are on lesson 4 of this week's learning. And we are looking at, oh no, where's my booklet gone? Oh, my booklet's vanished. Oh, we're looking at lesson 4, guys. So you need your booklet. That's all you need today is your booklet. Oh, look, it's here. I was hiding. Here it is. And we are looking at adding and subtracting fractions today. We're doing that again tomorrow, but today we are doing part 1, adding and subtracting fractions, part 1. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me find it. Adding and subtracting fractions. Perfect. Right, so today we are adding and subtracting fractions. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to complete the fraction sheet, please. So pause the video now and I'd like you to colour in 3/6 of each of those shapes. Do it now. Welcome back. Did you get it correct? Let's have a look. Did you colour in 3/6? You could have coloured them in anyway. You didn't have to colour them in order. As long as you've coloured 3 of those 6 things we call a 6. Okay? So the fraction showing 3/6. What is the bottom number called? What is it? Denominator. Well done. And what does the bottom number tell us? How many pieces it's split into. So how many it's divided by. What is the top number called? Numerator, you are right. And it tells us how many pieces you want or how many you times by, okay? So how many pieces we want when we're looking at shapes. So we're going to get our tiles out. If you made them, if you don't have them, just going to watch the screen, all right? Because we're going to be cutting them up today. Cutting them up. So we've got 4 of these things we call a 6 and 1 of these things we call a 6. And that equals 6 of these things we call a 6. And if you used your fraction tiles, get out your 6s. Get them out. Okay? Get them out and cut them out. Okay? Get them out and cut them. Cut all your pieces of your fraction tiles. Cut your 6s. So you should have 6 6s just there in front of you. So we'll cut them up. 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, and 5 6. Okay? I'm going to switch my camera. I'm going to stop sharing. So we're looking at 4 6, add 1 6. Okay? I'm just going to change my camera around if it lets me. Please let me, please. It's been a long week, guys, but you're doing amazingly well. I'm very proud of you. So here we are. We have our 6. What's 6 here? And the number sentence was 4 of these things we call a 6. Okay, so there's 4 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. And I'm adding 1 of these things we call a 6. Now look, they're still 6s. They've not changed, not miraculously become 12s. It's just become 5 6s. Okay, so 4 6s as 1 6 equals 5 6. Okay, let's share my screen again. So can you see how that all worked? So it equaled 5 6. So I'm just going to get my pen. I'm going to write it on. So my denominator has stayed the same. 5 6s, because the thing hasn't changed. They're still 6s. So now get out your 8s, please. Get out your 8s and cut them up. Get out your 8s and cut them up. And we're going to work out 2 8s, add 2 8s. 2 of these things we call 8s, add 2 of these things we call 8s. Okay? So I've got 2 of these things we call 8s, add 2 of these things we call 8s. So let me just stop sharing again. So you can see it. 2 8s, add 2 8s. Well, they've not changed. They're still 8s. And it is 4 8s. So 2 8s, add 2 8s is 4 8s. They don't miraculously change to 16ths. The numerator has stayed the same. Okay? Doing really well. So it's 4 8s. Perfect. Now let's have a look at this one. Ooh, 4 6s, add 2 6s. So we're going back to our 6s. We're doing 4 6s. 6 is, it's very hard for me to say that one. Add 2 6 is. Let me move them over so you can see them in the camera. Let me stop sharing. So I have 4 of these things called 6s and 2 of these things called 6. And they are still 6s. And it is 4 6 add 2 6 is 6 6. 6 6 is the same as a whole. Shall we have a look? Shall we see if we were correct? Let's reveal it. Reveal it now. Hey, 6 sixes. Perfect. So we're going to get our eighths again. So get out your eighths tiles, please. And this time we have, oh, it's a takeaway. 8 eighths, take away 3 eighths. It's a good job I looked at that camera then. It's a good job I looked at my screen. So I'm going to get 8 eighths, which is the same as a whole. And I'm taking away 3 eighths. So I've got my 8 eighths. And make my screen. I wonder if I can spotlight my screen at the same time. No, I don't think I can. I'll just stop sharing, it's fine. So I've got 8 of these things we call eighths. Look, they're all here, 8 eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze them in. And I am taking away, what am I taking away, Mrs. Wild? I'm taking away 3 eighths. 3 eighths. So I'm taking away 3. 1, 2, 3. And that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. 5 eighths. So we're really looking, guys, your denominator is staying the same. Your thing isn't changing. Your eighths haven't changed. They are still eighths. It's just your numerator that's changed. And it's become 5 eighths, okay? So 6 tenths take away 3 tenths. Now, we don't have tenths tiles. We didn't make tenths tiles. So let's have a go if we can do this without the tiles. So we know our denominator stays the same. 6 tenths take away 3 tenths. Well, 6 take away 3 is 3. So it is 3 tenths. Okay, I hope you managed to do this, guys. You're doing a good job. So now we have 7s and we don't have 7 tiles. So we're going to look again. We've got 6 of these things called 7s and we're taking away 5 of these things called 7s. Well, it's still going to be 7s and I'm going to end up with 1 of these things we call a 7th. Okay, so let's talk about this one. Why is only the numerator changing in this calculation? Correct, it's because the thing doesn't change. The denominator doesn't change, just the numerator changes. Our thing, our fraction hasn't changed. It is still out of 6. It is still out of 6. It is not going to change anyway, okay? That denominator is staying the same. When you are adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator, the denominator stays the same. So let's have a look at these ones. We've got 1/3 add 1/3, and it just equals us to 2/3. Feel free to pause the video at any point, guys. We have 1/5 add 1/5, and it's equal to 2/5. Can you see that on the model? We've got 1/5 add 2/5, and I can see it's equal to 3/5. Doing awesome, guys. And then here, 1/5, so I'm going to colour in 1, and I'm adding 3. 1, 2, 3 of them. And I can see now that I have 4 of these things we call a 5th. Perfect. So we're going to complete the part-part whole models. Remember, the whole is missing. So I'm adding these two together and adding these two together, and it will give me my whole. So 2 7ths add 4 7ths. Well, I know it's still going to be 7ths, and it is 6 7ths. Well done. And 1 6 add 4 6. Well, I can see it's still going to be 6 is, and it is, shout it out, 5 6ths. Well done. So now it says shade and complete the additions. So I'm going to get my highlighter, just a nice little thin one. And it says 1/8 add 3/8. So I'm going to colour in 1/8 in one colour. Get another colour. And I'm going to do 3/8. 1, 2, 3. So what's that all together? That is 4/8. Oh, there we go. And here, you can pause the video, guys, at any point and you can do them independently and check. We've got 5 of these things we call 8s. 5 of them, adding on a 1 of them, that gives me 6 of those things we call 8s. Okay, so again, look, 1, 2, 3 of these things we call 8s, add 3 of these things we call 8s, and that gives me 6 of these things we call 8s. And then finally, 5 of these things we call 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add 3. 1, 2, 3. That gives me 8 of these things we call 8s. Now, what is 8 8s the same as? It's the same as 1 whole. Well done, guys. Ooh, writing on my laptop here. 1 whole. Well done. Okay, let's look at this one. We've got 1/5 at 2/5. So we've got it there. You see that? And that is equal to 3/5 because the fifths haven't changed. Pause the video if you want to complete it, guys. 1/5 add, here we go, my 3/5. That's equaled me to 4/5. Oh, 3/8 add 1, 2, 3 more 8s is equal to, I can see, 6/8. And here, 3/8, 2, 3, add 1/8 is equal to 4/8. There we go. Well done, guys. And that's the day's learning. So it was a nice and quick one. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at doing it pictorially. So there's going to be a lot more work on it tomorrow. But for now, well done. Hope you enjoyed that lesson. I'll see you later.